Hey everyone, and welcome to Friday Reads in my new location. If you've been wondering why I didn't post last week and why this hair is just standing up on end. But yeah, I ended up moving and this is in the new location and I don't know where to film from, so I put you on some books on my dresser and you can see my bookshelves at least in the background and you can see the hordes of, you have to see the hordes of books. This shelf and this shelf are double stacked, sometimes triple stacked, all just Harlequin books, Harlequin type of books. And there's a stack on the floor of about 20 more. And I'm going to the library this weekend and probably walking out with even more because there's a sale going on this month where they're 20 for $1. I'm gonna walk in and be like, here's $5, I need 100 books. I don't know why I couldn't count there, but anyways, let's get into what I've read. As per usual, the way I'm going to do my Friday reads is I talk about what I read, what I finished, and what I'm going to be currently reading, and what I'm going to be reading in the future. So I ended up reading one book since the last time I posted, and that book was a review book that I got from Library Thing. If you don't know what Library Thing is, it is a website where you can get early review books on there as well as like catalog all your books. And the book I read, I don't think this one has a cover to it, but the book I read was Straight Men by Jonathan W. Thurston. Let's see if I can talk and look up at the same time. This book is like a psychological thriller with a little bit more than just a tip of erotica mixed into it, but it wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. I'm just going to try to pull up. I don't know, I can't pull up, but that's the cover right there. But anyways, that book there I got from for early review copy because it sounded so amazing, and then I start reading it and the author tried to push way too many boundaries, go way too explicit and way too in your face with stuff, and there's a scene in the middle of the book that I will never be able to get out of my memory because it was just way too far. It pushed the boundaries way too much, and I just wanted to throw this across the room and break the $80 tablet that I picked up because it was just that was too far basically. And it was a shame because the book is really good in terms of writing style and the potential that it had. So I was really upset with that, but I ended up giving the book a 3 out of 5 stars. It was a 2-star based off of all that stuff there and the boundary pushing to it, but I felt like the writing pushed it up a little bit more because I did enjoy the author's writing, and I do look forward to trying his stuff out in the future. I'm going to go in with a little bit more hesitation in the future. So that is all that I have finished this past 2 weeks or so since I've been posting. So the book that I'm currently reading is Broke Down Cowboy by Macy Yates. I need a very light and easy palate cleanser from that book because of that scene that I mentioned, which I'm not going to mention on here because my video will probably get flagged for being adult content if I mention that in detail, because that book was like reading like a porn manuscript basically in some scenes. Too far. But this book here is the second book in the Copper Ridge series, and I'm really loving it. It is about Connor. Yes, Connor. I get his last name mixed up with his first name all the time. Who is a widower, and he is living currently with his best friend, his lifelong best friend, and things start happening, and it's really good. It's not as good as the other Copper Ridge books or the other Macy Yates book I've read, but I'm about halfway through it, and I'll probably be finishing up this book this weekend. I'd probably give it 4 or 5 stars unless the ending gets really amazing. But I just feel like Connor is just a little bit too much. He's not moving past the widowing situation type of thing. That he's wallowing too much in there. I know that's a hard thing to go through and stuff like that, but in a book character, I wish that he would go a little faster, and the female character is just a little bit too head over heels in love with her best friend type of thing, and this is definitely just not Macy Yates' best writing, but I still am enjoying it a lot. So I don't know what I'm going to pick up after that. I have a few options because I do have some books on my Kindle that I really want to read. I want to start utilizing Hoopla a lot more, which is through my library. And what I ended up doing was going through there and favoriting a lot of my favorite authors that I like to read. So I have, I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, but I have like B.J. Daniels, Dolores Fuson, Diana Palmer, Linda Lil Miller, Macy Yates, and they just have them all in here for a 21-day kind of like loaning period. So you're going to do that, or I do have, where'd it go? I do have 3 other books that I need to review, and I think I'm going to go with either this book, which is, let's see if I can get back to the cover, Alice Mongoose and Alistair Rat in Hawaii by Mary, I don't know how I say it last name, or The Rushes, which is a LGBT plus MM romance by Richard Natalie. So I'll either read that, or I might just read on some of the books I have on my Kindle that I have downloaded. I currently have Off Limits downloaded, so I want to read that one. Library Souls by Richard Denny. I did start reading this one, and I did not find it, like, I don't want to say like too bad things about it because I really do like him as a booktuber, but I didn't really enjoy it from what I read. I did restart it. It says 2%, but I got about 10% in there because the 10% that I read was just kind of like skim reading it at that point. But I have some, you know, other classics on there, and I do have like a whole bunch of just kind of like free books that they gave out. My books, my novel, short story collection, and my second short story collection, first short story collection. But yeah, I have like a whole bunch of other stuff, another one of mine on there, but I have like not a lot of free stuff on here. So I might probably either read that, one of those ones on here, or I'm thinking about finally digging into The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. Decent of a book, so I would take it slowly, but yeah. If I do this, I think I will, I'm going to attempt to do the first part of the book, which is about that long, 215 pages, and then decide from there. So this is going to be the next book I pick up, probably after Broke Down Cowboy, and then I'll decide if I want to read a different Harlequin book from the shelf back here, or ones I pick up, or one from my Kindle. If I do enjoy this one, I will just continue on reading it. And if I do continue reading it, what I'll do is maybe do like a reading vlog of reading The Way of Kings, where I mention it on and on, and go from there. So if I do that, I'll still do Friday reads, but I just won't show in detail the reading vlogs until it's done, and I can do like a review of it as I go type of thing. But we shall see, because it is super long. It is, I think, 1,250 pages. But yeah, I really want to start reading this series, so I know I'm going to enjoy it. It's Brandon Sanderson, because his writing is just amazing. That is it for Friday reads of what I read, currently reading, and going to be reading in the future. If you have any opinions on the books, please leave them in the comment sections below, positive or negative. I'd love to hear from you. Just please no spoilers on the books. And until next time, I hope you all have an amazing day, evening, night, wherever in the world. I'll see you guys in my next video.